Good afternoon to all. Before going to class, introducing myself, I am Gayatri, working as Maths CRT in KGBV, Bellangonda. Children, how are you? Yes, all of you safe at your home. Okay. Children, are you understood the previous class? Yes. Can I ask some questions on the previous class? Okay. What is Euclid division lemma? Yes. Any two integers, any two positive integers a and b, there exist unique pair of integers q and r, 0 less than or equal to r less than b, a equal to bq plus r, 0 less than or equal to r less than b. Euclid division lemma. What are the uses of Euclid division lemma? It is used to find the HCF of largest numbers in easy way. What are the disadvantages of this Euclid lemma? It is not used for rational and irrational remaining numbers. Okay? Okay, children. Suppose r equal to 0. What happened? A equal to BQ. A equal to BQ means B into Q. A can be written as product of B and Q. So, A is composite number. B and Q are prime numbers. What is the meaning of this expression? We can change the composite number into product of primes. Already we discussed in the previous class. This process we called as fundamental theorem of arithmetic. Okay. Today class we are discussing fundamental theorem and its applications. Okay. Write down the heading on fundamental theorem of arithmetics. Fundamental theorem of arithmetics. Okay, children. Fundamental theorem of arithmetics. Okay. Tell me one number. 210. 210. Okay. Before solve this problem, I ask one question. What are the prime numbers? Prime numbers having two factors. Those are 1 and itself. Prime number having two factors, 1 and itself. What is a composite number? Composite number having more than two factors. More than two factors. Composite number having more than two factors. Yes, what are the examples of prime numbers? We know the prime numbers. What are they? 2, 3, 5, 7, 11 and so on. Prime numbers are not countable because the prime numbers are infinite. Okay, what are the composite numbers? 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, and so on. These are the composite numbers. What is the main motto of fundamental theorem? We can change the composite number into product of primes. Okay. Which prime? What is the smallest prime number? 2. So we take 2. How many times divisible? 1 time. So 2 1 is 2. What is the remainder? We can subtract 2 from 2. Remainder is 0. Here 1. How many times divisible? 0 times. What is the remainder? 1. 1 means it is in the tens place. The value of 1 is 10. So 10 plus 0, 10. How many times divisible? 5 times. How many times divisible? 5 times. Okay. Next. Go for first prime number 2. 105 is not divisible by 2. We know the divisibility rule of 2. What is the divisibility rule of 2? If a number having 0, 2, 4, 6, 8 in its ones place, then the number is divisible by 2. So here the ones place digit is 5. So this number is not divisible by 5. So we take the next prime number 3. It is not also divisible. Now the next prime number is 5. 5. How many times divisible? 2. Next, what is the remainder? 0. So next number 5. How many times it is divisible? 1 time. Okay. Next we go for 2. 21 is not divisible by 2. The next prime number is 3. How many times divisible? 7 times. How many times it is divisible? 7 times. So 210 we can write it as the product of these numbers. 2 into 5 into 3 into 7. 2 into 5 into 3 into 7. Okay. Next, take second example. Example number 2. I take the number 5005. 5005. So, which prime number is we use here? 5. Yes. How many times divisible? 1 time. What is the remainder? 0. Here also 0. How many times it is divisible? 0. Here 0. Here 1 time. Okay. Next we use which prime number to divide this number? See, go for first. 1001 is not divisible by 2, and it is also not divisible by 3, and it is also not divisible by 5. What is the next prime number? 7. 7. See, how many times it is divisible? In 10, 1 time. 7 1 is 7. So we subtract 7 from 10. We got the remainder 3. Okay, 3 means 30. Why it is 30? The place values will move from right to left. It will be increased 10 times. Already we know in the earlier classes. Okay, 3 means 30. 30 plus 0. How many times divisible 7? 7 4s are 28. What is the remainder here? 2. 2 means the value of 2 is 20. 20 plus 1, 21. How many times divisible? It is 7 3s are 21. Next also we check from the first prime number. So 143 is not divisible by 2. The next number is 3. What is the 3 divisibility rule? If the number is divisible by 3, the sum of the digits in the number is divisible by 3. We once see the sum of the digits. 1 plus 4, 5. 5 plus 3, 8. 8 is not divisible by 3. So 143 is not divisible by 3. What is the next prime number? 5. 143 is not divisible by 5 because one's place digit is must and should 0 or 5. So what is the next prime number? 7. 7 is also not divisible. The next prime number is 11. How many times divisible? 11 once is 11. What is the remainder? 3. 3 means 30. 30 plus 3, 33. How many times divisible? 11 3s are 33. What is 33 is which type of number? It is a prime number. Okay. 5005. We can write it as 5 into 7 into 11 into 13. 5 into 7 into 11 into 13. Okay. See one more example. $27,300. 27,300. See ma? Yes. Which prime number we use? We use two prime numbers. Those are 2 and 5. Okay, either 2 or 5. I use 5. How many times it is divisible? 5 times. 5 5s are 25. What is the remainder? 2. 2 means the value of 2 is 20. 20 plus 3, 23. How many times divisible? 4 times. What is the remainder? 3. 3 means 30. 30 plus 0, 30. How many times divisible? 6 times. Here the remainder is 0. So here the value is 0. How many times divisible? 0 times. Again the ones digit is 0. So we use either 5 or 2. Okay. We use 5. How many times divisible? 5. 1 is 5. Remainder is 0. Next 4. How many times divisible? 0 times. What is the remainder here? 4. 4, 6. 4 means 40. 40 plus 6, 46. How many times divisible? 9 times. 5 9s are 49. 46 minus 5 9s are how much? 45. Yes. 45. What is the remainder here? 1. 1 means 10. How many times it is divisible? 2 times. How many times divisible? 2 times. What is the digit in the ones place? 2. So, which divisibility rule? We use second divisibility rule. We take the second prime number. 2. 2 how many times divisible? 5 times. What is the remainder? 0. Here in 9, how many times it is divisible? 4 times. What is the remainder here? 1. 1 means 10. 10 plus 2, 12. How many times divisible? 6 times. Next, we take second prime number. How many times? 2 2s are 4. Remainder is 1. 1 means 10. 10 plus 4, 14. 14, 7 times. Remainder is 0. Next number is 6. How many times divisible? 3 times. Here, second divisibility is applicable is here? No. Next, go for next prime number, that is 3. How many times divisible? 3. 3 9s are 27. Next, 3 1 is 3. Okay. Next, go for first prime number. 2 is not divisible. 3 is not divisible. 5 number is also not divisible in this number. Next we go for 7. How many times divisible? 7 1 is 7. What is the remainder here? 2. 2 means 20. 20 plus 1, 21. How many times divisible? 3 times. So 13 is a prime number. Okay, we can write 27,300 as 5 into 5 into 2 into 2 into 3 into 7 into 13. Okay, 5 into 5 into 2 into 2 into 3 into 7 into 13. Okay. In this way, we can write composite number as the product of prime numbers. This is called a fundamental theorem. In this fundamental theorem, once all of you see in your textbooks, every composite number can be expressed as a product of primes. This factorization is unique. This factorization is unique. Means the way of factorize this number, the process is one only. If you change the prime numbers like 5, 2, 3, 7, we can change the order in the prime number. There is any change in this? No. The product is 210. Okay. If you change the order, the product is not changed. Okay. This states the fundamental theorem. Once all of you note in your notebooks. Can I rub this? Are you noted in your books? Okay. All of you write down the statement. Okay. Note down, ma. Every composite number can be expressed as a every composite number can be expressed as a product of primes, and this factorization is unique. Apart from the order, in which the prime factors occurs. Okay, children. All of you say every composite number can be expressed. As a product of primes, and this factorization is unique. The factorization way is unique. Apart from the order in which the prime factors occurs, in any order the prime number occurs, this is the way is unique. Any order the prime numbers is occurs. Suppose in general, take a composite number x. Take a composite number. X take a composite number x, we factorize it as we factorize it as x equal to p1 p2 p3 p1 p2 p1 into p2 p3 and so on pn. Here p1 is less than or equal to p2, less than or equal to p3 and so on less than or equal to pn and so on less than or equal to pn. This order is any order the prime numbers occurs. Okay, this is the general form of fundamental theorem. Okay, what is the general form? Composite number, we take it as x. Factorization, these composite numbers factors are p1, p2, p3, pn. Then p1 less than or equal to p2, less than or equal to p3 and so on less than or equal to pn. Why we use it less than or equal to? The prime factors are occurs in many times. 2, 2, 2, 2 like that. Or 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. Okay, this is the fundamental theorem general form. Okay, why we used fundamental theorem? Yes, already we learned in the earlier classes. Uses. It is used to find HCF and LCM. HCF and LCM of numbers. Okay, why we use this fundamental theorem? To find HCF and LCM of numbers. This process is called prime factorization method. This process is called prime factorization method. Okay, what is the expansion form of HCF? Already we know, highest common factor. LCM means lowest common multiple. All of you observe once, any number having factors are finite. Any number having multiples are infinite. Okay, any number ki multiples are infinite, factors are finite. Okay, we see one example for this fundamental theorem. Okay, tell me two numbers. 12, 15. 12, 15. 12, how we can write it as 2 into 6. 6 we can write it as 2 into 3. Okay, here the factors 2 are coming 2 times, but both are equal. Okay, P1 equal to P2. P2 is less than P3. Okay, in general form I say equal, less than or equal to means either the prime factor is less than of the succeeding prime factor or equal to the succeeding prime factor. Okay, 15 we can write it as 3 into 5. We can write it as 3 into 5. Now we can write it in exponential form. We know how to write the given prime numbers in the exponential form. Already we learned in the 8th class exponential and powers. Okay, 2 square into 3. 3 into 5 means here 2 is base, 2 is exponent. Here 3 is base. What is the power? 1. Here 3 is base. What is the power? 1. Here 5 is base. What is the power? 1. Okay. Now we find LCM of 12, 15. 12, 15. What is the rule for the LCM? Means greatest power. LCM means greatest power of each prime factor. Greatest power of each prime factor. Here in these two numbers we have only three prime factors. What are they? 2, 3, 5. Okay. 2 having, what is the greatest power of 2? 2 square. What about 3? 1. What about 5? 1. Okay. This is LCM. Next, HCF. HCF means lowest power of each common factor. Each common factor. Okay. Are you understand the difference between these two? Each prime factor, each common factor. Are you understand? Yes. Each prime factor means all prime numbers in these two numbers. Common factor means the prime number which is in the two numbers. Okay. So, what is the common prime factor of 12 and 15? 3. 3 power. What is the lowest power of 3? 3 power 1. 3 power 1. Okay. Are you understand? Are you understand? In the previous classes we know how to find, but we don't know the analysis. Oh, we used fundamental theorem. We don't know in that class. But here we used only fundamental theorem. We do this process. Okay now? Okay. Now LCM into HCF. The product of LCM into HCF. What is the LCM? 2 square 3 power 1 into 5. What is the HCM? 3. See what happens. 2 square means 4. 3 power 1 means 3. 5 3s are 15. 4 3s are 12. Children, see what happened? The given integers are came. Yes? Yes. The product of LCM and HCF is equal to product of two numbers. Are you understood? Are you understood? Which numbers we taken, those numbers are come in the result. Okay. Already we learned this is also in the previous class. The product of LCM and HCF equal to the product of integers. Okay. Suppose I take another example. We take 3 numbers. Okay. Can I rub this now? Okay. Seven, 17, 23, 29. Children, observe carefully. These 3 numbers are which type of numbers? Observe carefully. We know the prime numbers. Yes, these 3 numbers are prime numbers. Okay. 17. How we write it as? 1 into 17. Any more factorization is there? No, because this is a prime number. Yes. 23 is, we can write it as 1 into 23. 29. 1 into 29. 1 into 29. Okay. Now we find LCM. Children, see carefully how many prime numbers occurs? Yes. What are they? Here three prime numbers are come. They are 17, 23, 29. Okay. Powers. We can write in the form of powers. 1 power 1, 17 power 1. 1 power 1, 23 power 1. 1 power 1, 29 power 1. Okay. LCM. LCM means greatest power of each prime factor. Okay. Prime factors. In the first number, the prime factor is 17 power 1. In the second number, prime factor 23. Third number 29. Okay, children? Yes. Now, what is the HCF? HCF means lowest power of each common factor. Among these three numbers, what is the common factor? 1. But 1 is not here. It is neither prime number nor composite number. Okay. But 1 is multiplicative inverse of multiplicative identity of every number. So HCF is 1. Okay. Next, what we do? LCM into HCF. What is the LCM? 17, 23, 29. HCF is 1. What happened, children? The same integers are come. Yes or no? Yes. The HCF, the product of LCM and HCF of integers is equal to the product of the integers. Okay. Are you understood? Yes. Why we use this fundamental theorem? To find HCF and LCM of integers. Okay. Can I have this? In the previous class, we learned only with 2 numbers. In this class, we can applicable for 3 numbers also. Okay. Do you have any doubt? Ma'am, fundamental theorem is applicable for other numbers. We know Euclid division lemma does not applicable for rational, irrational numbers. But fundamental theorem we apply for remaining numbers also. Rational, irrational. Now we see how we apply fundamental theorem to other numbers. Okay. All of you, note in your notebooks, ma? Can I have this? Okay, children. Yes, put heading all of you. Rational numbers and their decimal expansions. Rational numbers and their decimal expansions. And their decimal expansions. Rational numbers and their decimal expansions. Yes, children? Have you heard this word anywhere? Yes. Where you learn? In the 9th class, the first chapter. That is real numbers. Okay. Rational numbers. If we change the rational numbers into decimal numbers, we have in this way the result occurs in 3 ways. That is that terminating, decimal. Terminating decimal. Next, second one, terminating, another one, non-terminating. Yes. Non terminating recurring. Non terminating recurring decimal. Recurring means repeat. Recurring means repeat. What is the third one? Repeating. Opposite word. Non-repeat. That means non-terminating and non-recurring. Non-terminating and non-recurring. Okay? The process, we can change the rational number into decimal number. The result are in three ways. That is terminating decimals, non-terminating, recurring decimals, non-terminating, non-recurring decimals. Okay? In this way, we have three theorems in our textbook. Okay? First, we see the first theorem. All of you note down this picture. Note down. Rational numbers, terminating decimals, non-terminating, recurring decimals, non-terminating, non-recurring decimals. Non-recurring decimals. Recurring means repeat. Can I have this? Okay. First one, terminating decimals. See children, theorem 1.3. 1.3. Everyone note down, ma? Let x be a rational number. Let x be a rational number. Let x be a rational number whose decimal expansion terminates. Whose decimal expansion. Whose decimal expansion terminates. Then x can be expressed in the form of P by Q, where P and Q are co-prime. P and Q are co-prime, and the prime factorization of Q is of the form 2 power n 5 power m, where n and m are non-negative integers. M and N are non-negative integers. See children, x be a rational number. X be a rational number whose decimal expansion is terminates. Decimal expansion is terminates. Then x can be expressed in the form of p by q, where p and q are coprimes. Coprime means having one is the common factor of those two numbers, coprimes, and the prime factors of q is of the form of 2 power n, 5 power m, where n and m are non-negative integers. N and m are non-negative means the values of n and m is positive. N and m is positive. See to one example for this theorem. Tell me one decimal number. Yes, 0.5. Children, already we know decimal number having two parts. This is one part and this is another part. What we call this part? Integer part. This one decimal part. This point is called decimal point. Already we learned in the previous class. Okay. 0.15. How we can change this decimal number into rational number? How many decimal digits are there? 1. So we can multiply 0.5 with 110. Okay. The number of digits in the decimal part, we can use that number of tens for multiplying this decimal number to convert into rational numbers. Okay. What happens? 5 by 10. Okay children. Now 5 by this 10. I can write it as 2 into 5. There is no problem for us. Okay. Now cancel. 1 by 2. Yes? Are you understood? Yes. See once the statement. Let x be a rational number. Decimal expansion terminates. This is the terminating decimal. Then x can be expressed in the form of p by q. P by q formula we can express in the p by q form, where p and q are coprimes. Here p and q having only one common factor, that is 1. Okay. Next, q is of the form of 2 power n, 5 power m. 2 power n. Already we write in the form of 5 power m, but the cancellations is done. Okay. Then n and m are non-negative integers. What is the power of 2? 1. 1 is a non-negative integer. Are you understood? Yes. Okay. See one more example for this. One more example for this children. Okay. 0.0.1255. 1255. See how many decimal digits are there in the decimal part? 4 digits. So how many tens we use it to multiply this decimal number? 4 tens. Okay. 0.1255 into 4 times. We can multiply both numerator and denominator to equalize this one. Yes. What happened? This decimal point moves left to right 4 digits. Okay. Then 1255 by 10 power 4. We can factorize 1255. See. 1255. Which prime number is used, ma? 5. How many times? 5 twos are 10. Remainder 2. 25. 5 5s 5 1. Which table is we used? C once. Second table is not divisible. Third table is not divisible. Fifth table is not divisible. Seventh table is also divisible. See, 7 3s are 21. 4 not divisible. Next 11 is not divisible. 13 1 is 13. What is the remainder here? Remainder 12. 13 how many times? 13 nines? Not divisible. Next number 17. 17 ones are 17. Remainder is 8. 25 minus 17. 8. How many times divisible? 12, 55. How many times divisible? 17 ones are 17. Okay. 251. 17. 25 minus 17. We got 18. 8. 17 table. 17 ones are 17. 17 twos are 34. 17 threes are 51. 17 fours are 68. 17 fives are 85. So not divisible. Take 19. 19 ones 19. 6. 19 is not divisible. Next number 23. Okay. No, don't worry. In this way, 5 into 251. This 10 we can write it as 2 into 5 whole power 4. That means 5 into 251 by 2 power 4, 5 power 4. So, cancel 5. 251 by 2 power 4, 5 cube. So, decimal expansion in the form of p by q. Both are co-prime numbers. 2 and 5 are prime numbers. The m and n are non-negative integers. Okay, are you understood? Next, we go for next theorem 1.4. Now what we done? We can change the decimal number into rational form. Okay. Next theorem 1.4. Theorem 1.4. Okay children, go for theorem number 1.4. Let x equal to p by q be a rational number such that the prime factorization of q is of the form of 2 power n 5 power m, where n and m are non-negative integers. Then x has a decimal expansion which terminates. So, take one example. That is 25 by 2. X equal to in the form of p by q. Q prime factorization. Q is 2. It is a prime number. No need to factorize this one. Okay. 25 by 2. But here must and should we have two prime factors 2 and 5. Here only 2. There is no 5. What we do? We multiply 5 both numerator and denominator. 5 with equal powers of 2. What is the power of 2? 1. So we multiply only 1 5. 25 5s are 125 by 2 5s are 10. What is the result? 12.5. It is a terminating decimal. See another example. 3 by 8. 3 by 8. 8 we can write it as 2 cube. 2 cube. Now how many 5s we can multiply both denominator and numerator? 3 5s. Why? The power of 2 is 3. Okay. 5 cube. 5 cube. Next. 3 into 5 cubes are 125. 5 5s are 25. 25 5s are 125. Here 10 power 3. 125 3s. 3 5s are 50. 3 2s are 6. 6 plus 1 7. 3 1 is 3. Is it right? Yes. 375 by 10 cube. Then the decimal point move right to left 3 digits. That is 0.375. Okay. See another example. 1 by 5. Children, see here only prime number, that is 5. Next, what we do? We multiply with 5? No. We multiply with 2. Why? The statement tells us the q is of the form of 2 power n, 5 power m. Here 5 is there. There is no 2. That's why we multiply with 2. Both numerator and denominator. 2 by 10. That is the answer 0.2. Okay children, are you understood? Yes. Go for next theorem 1.5. Okay children, note down that 1.5. Let x equal to P by Q be a rational number. Be a rational number such that the prime factorization of Q is not of the form two power n, 5 power m, where n and m are non-negative integers. Non-negative integers. Then x has a decimal. X has a decimal expansion which is non-terminating repeating. This is in the flow chart we discussed. This is a second model. Okay ma'am. See all of you. Let x equal to p by q be a rational number. P by q be a rational number such that the prime factorization of q is of the form or not form. not form. In the previous theorem, it is of the form of 2 power n, 5 power n. In this theorem, it is not in the form of 2 power n, 5 power n. When n and m are non-negative integers, then x has a decimal expansion which is non-terminating, repeating. There in the form of 2 power n, 5 power n, what happens? That is a terminating decimal. Here, non-terminating, repeating decimal. See one example for this, children. 41 by 75. 41 by 75. 41 by 75. How we can write it as 41? 75 we can write it as 5 into 3. It is in the form of 5 is there, another factor 3. It is a non-terminating decimal. Non-terminating decimal. Next, see another example. 1 by 3. Okay, this theorem states, but what is the actual division? See once. This is 3. Here, the cube factors are, there is no 2, no 5, only 3. See once the division. 3. How many times divisible? 0. Put decimal point. How many times? 3 3s are 9. Remainder 1 0. How many times? 3 3s are 9. 1 0. Continuous. Yes or no? Theorem tells right, true or false? Yes, it is right. It is a non-terminating decimal. Non-terminating and what is the decimal? Repeating. Are you understood, children? What you understood, ma? Q is in the form of, not in the form of 2 power n, 5 power n. Here another factor 3 is there. Okay, na? Are you understood? In theorem number 1.5, Q is in the form of 2 power n, 5 power n. Then the rational number terminates. In theorem number 1.5, Q is not in the form of 2 power n, 5 power n. And what that means? We have another prime factors. Those are 3, 7, etc. Whatever it may be. Then the number is not non-terminating, repeating. Okay, children? Hope all of you understood? Yes. Okay, ma. What do we discuss in this class? Yes. What is the fundamental theorem? Yes. Every composite number can be expressed as a product of primes. Yes. Factorization is, apart from the order, is unique. Okay. What are the uses of the fundamental theorem? Fundamental theorem is used to find LCM and HCF of the numbers. Is it applicable for only integers? No. It is applicable for rational numbers also. And also we see how it is applicable decimal expansion of rational numbers. Okay. Children, note down homework. Factorize homework note cheskondi. Homework note down all of you. Factorize 150 using fundamental theorem of arithmetic. Okay. Find LCM and HCF of, find LCM and HCF of 8, 9 and 25. Check whether the following rational numbers are terminates or non-terminating and non-terminating decimals. Okay, for this write down 21/5, 2/11, 8/125, 11/12, 9/15. Okay, children, factorize 150 using fundamental theorem of arithmetic. Find LCM and HCF of 8, 9 and 25. Check whether the following rational numbers are terminating or non-terminating decimals. Okay, 21/5, 2/11, 8/125, 11/12, 9/15. Okay, ma. Thank you all for giving this opportunity. Thank you.